Welcome to this video presentation of PTP Tax and PTP Partnership Return. When you first open the program, you have a list of clients from which you can select, and here I've got access to individual returns, partnership and trust returns. If I select a client, I can see the client selected in the title bar across the top, and I've got access to their main details, their name and address details for example. I've got access to any correspondence that I may have had with them, and I've also got a notes tab which has a visual indicator to let me know that there's some information in there. I've also got the client tax return tab itself, and from here I can view the tax return, I can print it, I can run calculations, and I can track the progress of the return completion. So let's actually take a look at a return and some of the more day-to-day routine tasks that you'd perform. To access a return, you can either double-click on the name within the Find Client list, you can double-click on the return itself within the Client Tax Returns list, or you can click the View Return button. On screen, we'll see a visual representation of the form itself. Here you can see that the return opens on page 2. That's because all of the information for page 1 is automatically completed from your client main details. You can see on screen here that access to backing schedules is via these fanned page icons that change to an eye if you've rolled forward the information from one year to the next. You can navigate the return using the buttons which take you directly to the page in question across the top of the screen, or I can move through the pages sequentially using the arrows. Data entry is simple, so if I click to access a backing schedule, I'm going to enter some net interest, and you'll see that where possible the program automatically calculates the tax in the gross. When I update the record and close down, it automatically populates the information, and I can then tell the program that I've completed that schedule by right clicking on the eye and setting it back to a set of fanned pages. Pressing F1 on the keyboard at any time brings up context sensitive help, including the HMRC help notes about the box that you've got selected. There's also a dividend database within the program, which includes the top 350 FTSE companies, allowing you to select those, and then it will automatically populate the dividend for you. This is a great time-saving feature. Save you hours when the customers don't supply the relevant dividend vouchers. The program also shares data with other PTP products. If I access the employment pages, you can see here that I have an Import Details from Tax Expense button. This is our P11D software, and if I click on that, I can select from a list of companies, then select the employee. And if I click to select the employee record, it will automatically import that benefits in there. It also validates the client information en route, so here I've deliberately corrected an incorrect NI number so that it will warn us about that, just to illustrate. I can, however, step through that message and it will still go through and add in the benefit details. This is going to save masses of time and effort if you're an existing user of our P11D software. Once I've made all of my entries, I can close those down and again close the eye to let the product know that those pages are complete. If I access the self-employment pages via the backing schedule for those, if I scroll down, here you can see I've got an import from accounts, and I can import directly from PTP accounts, or I can import from the clipboard from any account software that uses the standard name format. Also, via page 3 of the self-employment pages, I have access to a capital allowances calculator. This is a comprehensive capital allowance comp and allows you to add in assets and build up a fixed asset register. It will deal with AIA, annual investment allowance, first year allowance, and of course calculate the writing down allowance on an annual basis, taking away all of the pains of the capital allowance comps. I'll come back to the partnership pages in just a moment to show you how the partnership program actually links with the personal tax. We've also got a capital gains calculator in the program. This allows you to enter assets, their acquisition date and sale date, and the program will automatically calculate the chargeable gain, dealing with all of the personal exemptions. So we view a partnership return now. So if I go to Find Client, select the partnership, if I double click on that to open the latest return, we can see that the user interface is exactly the same for the partnership program as it is for the personal tax. So here I've just got one partner in there at the moment, so I'm going to add a second partner to this partnership, and I do that using the Add, Amend, Delete Partners button. Here if I click Add, it gives me a list of all the people within my database that I could add, but I can go into the main details and add new details of a new partner in there if required. So I'm going to select Partner B. When I do that, the program asks me to make the supplementary pages for that client's individual return. If there are existing pages there, I would be able to select them so that they wouldn't be duplicated. Once I've added all the partners, I can actually go in and view and enter the details for the trade or source of income. I've actually already created some property income here, so I'm going to take a look at the trade pages. Again, you can see what you're seeing on screen here is a standard representation of the HMRC form, and again I have the capital allowance computation built into the software and the ability to import from our accounts production product. I'm going to simply enter some trading income. I'm then going to put in some savings income very quickly. I've got my Barclays Bank, and again I'm going to put in some net interest, and you can see it automatically calculates the tax and the gross. If I then scroll down to the bottom of the page, I have the ability to view the partner percentages and dates, and it's here where I would go in and allocate the split between the partners so that the program can automatically distribute all of the income from the relevant sources between those partners. So you can see here that it's automatically done that. If I go through source by source, it's automatically allocated all of that income to the relevant partners. Once I've completed the partnership return, if I revisit the individual's return and look at those partnership supplementary pages, it immediately tells me that they're linked to a partnership return, and if I step through, it highlights in yellow all of the entries that have been automated from the partnership return itself. So you can see there that seamless integration of data between those products. I'm going to deliberately leave the partnership found page set to an I to show you the warnings that come up. So once I've completed the returns, I could run the calculation, and I do that from the Client Tax Return tab. When I run the calculation, it's here that I would choose to enter any payments already made via the statement of account, any tax due or overpaid for earlier years, etc. And it's from this window that I can access the in-year calculator. When I run the calculation, I'm going to get warnings about uncompleted schedules, and here's where I get a warning about those partnership supplementary pages that I deliberately left open. When I view the calculation, I can print the summary, I can produce a PDF, or I can view the full HMRC working sheets. What we're looking at on screen here now is actually our calculation summary that we've put together ourselves. And that takes you through all the sources of income, various rates of tax, down to the bottom of the comp where it shows you the amounts payable in January and the amount payable on account in July. Once you've run the calculation, of course, you can print the return, and you do that via the Print Tax Return button. Here, by default, the program will automatically print all of the pages that are required based on the entries that you've made. From here, I can also print the SA303 to apply to reduce payments on account, and if I know that this is a repayment case, I can actually choose to output the information I've entered on a Form R40 rather than the standard SA100. So you've seen it's very easy to use, and it's designed with your workflow in mind. It's quick and efficient, saving you time. There's data sharing to improve accuracy and improve efficiency. There's intuitive online filing with HMRC. There are intelligent warnings to help prevent mistakes. We have flexible licensing to grow with your practice, and it really is exceptional value. For more information, you can visit our website at www.ptpsoftware.co.uk or call our sales team on 0844 815 5530. From there, you can order the PTP Tax and Partnership return programs and install them and get up and running today.